Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Cast Revive, your weekly top 5 gaming podcast and more. I'm your host, Matt Heimerl, and here with the man behind the mic doing all that audio craziness, Brian Husky.
Hey.
Yeah, he is. He's a man of so many words, and I love him. He's just so handsome. Look at him sitting over there. And I wanted to touch on something before we officially outline what we're doing differently with the show is Steve is no longer with us. Steve is pursuing other adventures and opportunities. So we just wanted to give Steve a big shout out and thank you for the last 8 months of your devotion to this project. It really means a lot to us, and we wish you the best of luck on your next venture.
Thanks,
we will have Steve on certain episodes, possibly the Pokemon episode, because I know zero about Pokemon, so we'll need to.
You're going to talk about Farfetch'd.
Yeah.
You're going to talk about Cloyster.
I'm going to talk about the two martial arts, the Jet Li and the Jackie Chan
There you
monster.
go. That's an angle.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about. So what we're doing, this is kind of a rebranding of the show. We're still doing our top fives and everything like that, but instead of just focusing on music, we're going to be focusing on all of gaming. We've gotten a lot of feedback in terms of I put a question out there, where would you guys like to see this show to go? What would you like more of, less of, things of that nature? And a lot of people seem to say they wanted us to branch out and do more gaming and not just music, but they really like the top 5 structure that we have. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have thematic months, and this month, being July 4th, is
this whole month is July 4th.
This whole month is July 4th. This is going to be Freedom. So this week, we're doing games that offer freedom in games. Free to do what you want, really not much limitations, and you can kind of like create the world or your character the way you want and things like that. So we'll talk about each week is going to have a different structure within Freedom, and then the 4th week we're going to be focusing on top 5 music. So the music is still going to be a very big part of this podcast. We'll have music playing during the episode, but like I said, week 4 we'll focus just strictly on the music, but the other ones will give us a chance to touch on news, games, and things of that nature. So we hope you guys stick with us and enjoy
the ride.
Format. Yeah,
the game.
Ride. So we're very excited. We're very excited because last episode, even though the audio, which I'm still very embarrassed about because I had this new app that just wasn't registering properly.
That's what happens when you don't have me around.
As it happens when I don't have my audio guy, leaving me to run things by myself. Our E3 episode was our highest episode we've ever had. So it definitely shows that you guys want us to branch out and talk more. So thank you guys very much. And if you're new to the show, we appreciate you coming back and hope you stick with us for this awesome ride and also things we got coming up. So we got some really fun things to.
Did you just thank the new people for coming back to the show?
Well, I mean, like if you listened last week and you're coming back, you're new.
Yeah.
So we'll give all our social media out at the end so where you can engage in discussions and send us. We're still very driven by what you guys want us to do. So go to geekstreetstation.com under Cash Revive. You'll see the form on the bottom where you can fill out what themes do you want us to do and cover, any specific games, things of that nature. Just send us all feedback, good or bad. We're building this around what you guys want, and we want you guys to be heavily involved in this project. So thank you guys
because
very
we're too
much.
lazy to do the ideas on our own.
That's one way to do it. So our top 5 for Freedom games for our first week. Our first one we're going to start out with is Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Done by Bethesda.
And
the cool thing about the Fallout series and like the Elder Scrolls series is you have the complete freedom to do whatever you want. You can build your character, make them look however you want. You can have them build any way you want in terms of abilities, stat points, things of that nature, and you can go virtually anywhere you want in the world. You don't have to follow the storyline. You can kind of just go and, can you, because see, I haven't played. I've played like the Elder Scrolls, but I haven't played as much of the Fallout. Can you just go out and start like taking people out, like become evil, or is that in like an Elder Scrolls area?
You can definitely like just murk people, but I think the Fallout games have progressed a little bit, so there are like story essential characters that you can't get rid of.
Okay.
Without the help of mods, you could like get a mod that says like, okay, no one's essential now, and virtually like just do whatever you want. But like being evil in Fallout 4 is like Mass Effect. Like you have 3 choices, but in the end they're all basically the same, except in one ending the ship blows up and there's a purple light, and the other one the ship blows up and there's a green light. Like, I mean, I can't say that for sure because I haven't finished Fallout 4 yet, because I just get caught up in the freedom to do whatever I want.
Right.
My wife gets bored with me real quick because when I play Fallout 4, I want to make settlements, and I just want to farm stuff for settlements and build new buildings, and she's like, go kill some people already.
See, that's what I would do. But that is one thing I love about Fallout 4 is the ability to build your own settlement, robots, defensive structures, things of that nature. So it's really a game within a game itself.
And that's why I picked 4 more than like 3 or the first 2. Because in 4 they do give you the ability to shape the world in a minor way. You can build up these towns. You've never had the ability to do that before, which I think is great.
And you do your towns do get raided, correct? Like like every now and then you'll have like there's a war party or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they'll come if you're like defenses aren't high enough and your resource production is really high. Then super mutants will be like, oh, free chocolate. And they'll come and attack you.
Those super mutants love their chocolate. Speaking of chocolate, I just have.
Are you really going to advertise the chocolate milk?
I have to mention this because I'm drinking Promised Land dairy chocolate milk from the finest Jersey cows. I just find that hilarious that their main thing on the front is from the finest Jersey cows.
That's right.
And it wasn't. I got it from Publix. It wasn't that bad. But just speaking of chocolate, I just had to.
Wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great.
I'm 34 years old and I'm drinking chocolate milk. Say something about it. You'll be on the uncool list in a hurry. So what else is it about Fallout 4? Because I mean, there's a lot of games out there that you have that sandbox world, that feeling to it. So what is it about like 4 over the others, or even the other Bethesda titles like Elder Scrolls, that you felt was better to have this on the list than the others? Is there anything that I love the fact like it's just new and like you love the additions they did, or do you feel is it more open than previous installments?
I don't think it's more open because like with any Fallout game you get a map and you go to the borders of that map and that's it. And like this, it feels to me like this game is smaller than the 2 previous ones, the Vegas and Vegas wasn't done by Bethesda, but Vegas and the original Fallout 3.
Right.
So I don't know if it's bigger in that capacity, but I think just the addition to do the towns is awesome.
Right.
I mean, it adds so much like uniqueness and depth to what is already there.
Yeah.
But I think also this is the first Fallout game that we're getting on like a console that allows modding. Mm-hmm. So that to me that opens it up.
That's gonna be awesome.
Infinitely, just the ability for modders to put their stuff out there for people on Xbox, like people who don't want to go into PC gaming. To have access to, and I think that's awesome.
Absolutely, and that's always been kind of a setback for these games. Because I mean, I was always a PC gamer. Then I hit that point where I'm just like, I can't afford to keep upgrading my PC to play these games.
Just to render the graphics,
So I became a console player, and I haven't looked back. And don't get me wrong, I love my PC games. I've been a PC gamer since I was a small child, and it's just investment in it. I just couldn't do it anymore. So it's great that for these types of games that they're bringing these mods into Xbox, and PS4 and things of that nature. I mentioned on the last podcast that the Elder Scrolls that they're redoing HD, they're bringing that
Skyrim.
Skyrim. What did I say?
No, you said.
Okay.
Yeah. Clarifying.
They're bringing mods in for that and everything. So it's great that they're doing that.
I think in Fallout 4. They did away with the level cap. So I'm not sure how hard the level cap was in Skyrim or how hard it was in Fallout 3, but in Fallout 4, like, you can just get every single perk in the game.
Oh, nice.
And it used to be, like, it was every 4 levels you got a perk or whatever, but in this one, it's just every level you get a perk. So I think it's opened it up, but it's also, like, decreased, like I used to have like 3 or 4 Fallout 3 characters. Now I have 1 Fallout 4 character.
Because you can get everything.
Because you can open up to everything, and obviously you have to play like just nonstop to get all the XP to do that. And then obviously your playstyle is going to change based on which weapons you prefer. But at the end of the day, once you have all those perks related to all the weapons, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So that, to me, it's like, that's too much freedom, maybe. You know? Like,
Yeah.
I would have preferred, like, a 100 level cap or whatever. So just give me 100 perks, and I still have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
And then I can make a couple more characters and play different parts of the game that I didn't.
So you could theoretically get up to, like, level 322 or whatever. And then
whatever it is, yeah. If there is even a level there. But I just... I'm so happy with Fallout 4 and like the things that they changed and I remember Fallout 3 used to be really clunky, and I don't know if that's because I played it mostly on the computer, right? Because things are a little clunkier when you're given a controller over a mouse and a keyboard.
Right.
I want to say too, like with the expansions, my favorite thing is that I can just build a whole town of robots.
That's what I was going to touch on next. I'm glad you went into it.
The robots.
Because that's new to Fallout 4, right? Like,
yeah.
Because you had that suit you could get in, but then they had the automata or whatever expansion. What exactly did that add? Just more features to your robot, or?
Well, because you never. So you have companions in the game, but they like maybe one of them was a robot. I think Nick Valentine. There may be another one. Oh yeah, Codsworth, of course. But in
Cosworth. Oh, son, it's good to see you.
Wonderful. So in Automatron or Automatron, we'll go with Automatron. May not be right.
Automatron.
There you go. Wow, that's a whole different thing. So you get the ability to make a custom follower, and I mean it's always a robot, granted, but that's just cooler than making a human.
So you can give it like its own personality of sorts, and
like it gets its own voice, and then you can like paint it whatever you want, and then there's like 3 or 4 different body types that you can do. So you can make one that looks like Codsworth and functions just like him.
Oh, that's really cool.
You can make a Protectron, a Sentry bot, like all the robots that are featured in the game. You can pretty much make now.
That's pretty cool.
And it's just great. You can customize a different weapon in each hand. And then like the amount of armor and what the armor does. So
you could make a real
great
death machine.
You really could. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I tried to recreate Robo from Chrono Trigger as my first robot.
So. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How did it work out? Pretty good.
He's okay.
Nice.
Yeah. There's no voice that equates to what I imagine robot sounding like. Robo sounding like. But yeah. Anyway.
That's a good number 5. That's a good way to start it out.
That's good.
I mean, it's true. I think if a lot of people are like, what is your freedom game like? And I think a lot of people would say something from Bethesda, because they really do give you that freedom to do whatever you want and go and develop your character any way you like. So
it's like the ultimate sandbox, right?
Yeah.
And we're not even touching on like Just Cause or
or
GTA or anything like that.
Right.
So,
Right. No, it's a good way to start it out. I like it.
Yeah.
So our number 4 that we got on this list.
Oh.
City of Heroes by NCSoft. So sad that the servers are shut down, because this was an MMO that Brian and I played for a very long time. You got to create your very own superhero. You got to design your costume, power sets. You could write a backstory. I mean, you literally crafted this thing any way that you wanted to, and it was awesome. Because usually in a game, when you make a character, you have a certain way your character will look. But then they added in like the tailor, so you could go and have 5 or 6 different outfits. So in this game, I had a character called Morbid Souls. That was like this demon type character. That was the way he looked. But then in my backstory, before he got turned, he was a human. So I had a different outfit that put him in his human form. So it added that role-playing, lore backstory element to your character, and just that you had the freedom to really build this story and craft your own hero. It was something that hadn't been done, and it was really, really cool, because it really felt like your own. You were writing your own story, and people could click on your character and read your whole story and be like, oh wow, that's really cool.
And that was kind of unique too, right? Because I can't really think of another MMORPG that let you have like a character description for other people to see.
Right.
And that was like, it's a funny way to put it, but like you could get away with all sorts of things in that bio, right? Because I mean, God knows they didn't go around and patrol every single bio that you wrote.
Yeah.
But it was just it's like a daring step to take to give people the freedom to type in whatever they want there, and they don't think there were any profanity filters or anything.
But I mean, and the thing is, like in that game, like it was one of the best communities I remember playing in. Like it
Oh,
was a
City Heroes
very
is great
good
for
natured
community.
you know, and it was just they used to have costume contests and all the like, everybody gather in Atlas Park,
Yeah.
you know, and let's have everybody do something and I'll you know if you win I'll give you one of these power, you know, I even forget what the enhancements.
Well, you got like an actual. What are they called? GMs? Like a game master,
Oh,
right?
yes,
like a
yes.
game master was going around in this little place that we were at.
And Pocket D.
Yeah, at Pocket D and handing out unlock tokens for particle effects for your characters. So you
Yeah.
had like leaves or flames or stuff going around, and Matt actually won.
Yeah, I was a dragon named Puergafar, and yeah, I had all my effects on, and I did like my ultimate Inferno ability when he came in front. He's like, I've never seen a dragon before, and I was just like, yeah, it was so cool because I loved it when they did stuff like that. It was a lot of community involvement, especially from the GMs in that game, and it was just a lot of really cool areas, people to get together and just. And like I said, in Pocket D, people would just get in there and just talk. It's just friends getting together, and not even going out just a hangout place. It was just.
It was like a glorified chat room sometimes because it was just cool to sit there and look at other people's costumes and see what people came up with.
Yeah.
Bases were another thing. So you could have essentially a superhero team like the Avengers, right? And you got to name it, you got to design a logo for it, and then you got to build a base for it.
It was awesome.
That was really cool. And
teleporters, crafting stations.
You could pick the amount of rooms it had, like the way that the rooms were laid out. It wasn't like you can choose from plot A, B, or C. It was, okay, here's your plot. You have 100 squares, like just arrange them however you want.
Yep.
And you could have multiple layers. You could have like just, trash in there. Like,
No, you're really good. Yeah, like you're the slobs. Okay, you're gonna have trash.
Exactly. It's so cool. The amount of like what do they call them? Assets that they give you to choose from.
Right.
For this is just amazing. That was a YouTube Red advertisement.
Yeah, YouTube.
Thanks. But yeah, just like and then I think the point of when they introduced the villains, right? Outside of the zone PvP that you had, you could raid villains' bases, or villains could raid your bases, and then you had like you could come to your base and just be destroyed, right?
Yeah, that was such a great addition. I mean, you're like City Heroes now. Like now, you can make villains, and it was so different. The architecture, visually, the aesthetics of the world and everything was much darker, and it was just. And even down to the character archetypes. You're just like, all right, there are already so many in this game. How are you going to make this different? Like, wow, you really did a good job of making these architects for actual evil. Like they weren't like
the mastermind was the best.
Yeah, I mean, like you could, your ultimate. You summon like all these henchmen that would come out with guns and just start. It was really, really cool. And it was dependent on what you were, but it wasn't like you had a ninja you could summon, so like there was military.
And that let's just talk for a minute about the power customization, because no matter what character you pick, you have a primary and a secondary.
Right.
The mastermind had his henchmen as his primary, and then secondary had like support for the henchmen. So where like a normal healer would be healing the group, like a mastermind could sit there and just heal his party of henchmen with his support abilities.
He never needed a party. He was his own party.
Pretty much. Like I played mine from 1 to 50 solo. Like just, kind of nerdy to do, but whatever.
Hey, if it worked, it worked.
Yeah.
But I mean that's right. Because World of Warcraft or EverQuest, you're like, all right, I'm going to pick a healer. I have these healing power sets, and that's it. But in City Heroes, you had so many. You had Storm Defender, which you called on the elements, and it wasn't just like, okay, like there was one little like O2 boost heal, but you had like a fog to protect your allies to make them miss more. You had
thunderstorm,
ice.
You
had ways to turn the battle and aiding, and it was great. Empathy was the line that I took, which was the main healing line. But there was. I'm trying to think what else there was. There was Storm. There was.
Are you talking for Defender power sets?
Yeah, I mean there was radiation,
thermal radiation too.
Yeah,
later.
Yeah, the radiation was awesome because they had that accelerated metabolism that hit the whole group and to recharge all their abilities and health and it was so awesome. And the debuffs that radiation had, it was such like if I had a radiation defender on my group, I knew we were going to be okay. Yeah, because they were so strong.
Yeah, because they could do that AOE heal.
Yep.
They could do the monster revive where they bring you back and you're mutated.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man. NCSoft, if you're listening,
just
just
figure it out, guys.
Bring City Heroes is It's in my top 5 probably favorite games that I've played. I had so much fun.
Favorite MMOs, for sure.
And it's just it's a fantastic game. So I miss it. If you're ever interested in just seeing what the game is, just look it up on YouTube. And just check out some of these things that you can do in this game. It's
one more thing about City of Heroes that just set it apart is the ability to design your own missions.
Ah, yes.
Right? So, like, an RPG, like, you get quests or whatever to go out and do whatever, and, like, they're all kind of asinine anyway, right?
Right.
Like, go harvest 5 bear butts and come back to me, and I'll give you this sword upgrade or whatever, right?
That's some nice bear butt there. Here's this nice hilt. Yep.
So what they did is they put in this thing called Mission Architect where you just designed your own missions, and they were just like fulfilling the missions that were in the game, but sometimes they were better. Sometimes they meant more. You still got experience. You still got like the prizes,
and you got to upload them too, didn't you, for other people to play?
Of course, yeah. That was the whole thing. Is you
right.
could just cycle through all the different.
That's right.
All the different missions that people put out there, and they had like professional writers designing some of the missions, not like paying them to do that, but they would have them come in and say, "Hey, will you design a mission for our players?" And they would do it. And
it's like incorporating D&D into City Heroes,
exactly,
And it's like anytime you give players control over a design aspect, it's going to be positively received, and it was.
I think so, for sure.
I wish more games, and it was like I said, they gave you in an MMO to give you as much freedom as this game gave you. I don't think another MMO is going to come close to that. I mean, there was just I'm still bummed that the game shut down because it was.
I am too.
It was a good time, but you never know. Maybe they'll do a City of Heroes 2 with all the superhero movies that we have coming out.
I know.
We need another MMO based on superheroes
and not DC Universe Online.
No,
get that filth out of here.
No, I tried downloading it. And it was like, you're a new player. You're in queue of like 10,000, and it's going to be like a 4-hour wait. I was like, you can go kiss my butt. So good. Number 3.
Yep.
No Man's Sky.
Yep.
Done by Hello Games.
It's the music we've been listening to this whole time.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited for this game. One, I love space, and I love exploration. You put the two together, and adding in the chance that I may never, ever, ever see another person, I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love playing games with my friends, but if I never had to see them, that's great too.
But just having that option, it's mind blowing. The scale of this kind of game. I mean, they said you can literally put thousands of hours in and never see another person. That is amazing to me.
That is huge.
And it's like and they're like everything you've done, everything you do in this game shapes the world and everything around you. And if your character dies, your character's dead.
Yeah.
So it's like
I didn't know that.
Like you're done.
Oh, wow.
So it's like you can't just go out and I didn't know there was crafting, like you get gear
resources
and
trading and stuff like that.
I thought it was really just an explorative game. Like, I'm gonna go fly through that waterfall and like this is really cool. Take pictures, kind of like Pokemon Snap, but in like and like this. I didn't know there was like an element in the game where I could actually die. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
That's what I want, because like a space simulator, I want to have to worry about my oxygen. I want to have to worry about my fuel. Like, I love that because it's so real to me that I could just be popped out of my little atmospheric bubble and just destroyed. Like, I don't know why, but that excites me. No. I like facing that.
Absolutely. And just not knowing what you're going to find and every world is going to be different is it's super exciting, super exciting.
Well, I hope I find Naboo.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some planets
tiny Easter egg.
I mean, you're in space. I mean, you're gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Star Wars, Star Trek, Stargate. Like just little. You have like the Stargate, the Stargate symbol, just like somewhere on a rock. Like I would love to see stuff like that.
And I wonder too. Have you read anything that says like you're going to be able to build your own buildings and your own settlements and stuff like that?
No,
because I'm kind of worried about that not being the case, but I'm also not bothered if it is. Like if I don't like the planet that I find because somebody's already like built a bunch of crap on it, I'll just go to another one.
Right.
Yeah. Combat? Do you know anything about combat?
I don't know anything about combat.
No,
this is just stuff I've read. I've tried looking up gameplay, but a lot of it is just them flying
going from planet to planet,
so
which looks so seamless and so good.
What I'm excited about to really see is when I leave a planet and I'm entering space, how long am I going to literally fly for an hour till I get to potentially another planet? Is it going to give me the EverQuest 1 feel to where I am literally spending a day to get from one side of the world to the other? If that's true, I absolutely love it.
For the planet, I hope so. But to get to another planet, I hope it's like 10 minutes at most.
See, I wanted to go out there and say there's another, there's another planet 4 million light years away, and you've got like an autopilot. But while you're doing it, you can scan out the ship and see different things. They give me a chance to look around, but I'm still flying in the right direction. I wouldn't mind that.
I just don't want it to be boring. Like, I love the epicness, if you will, of a game like this, or what it's proposing. Like, I like the feeling of being alone in space. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to, like, bore me.
Yeah.
I want to be excited, like, every second I'm playing this game. Because, after all, I mean, what else am I playing it for, Like,
right.
It is going to be impressive, but am I going to be able to do all the stuff that I want to do? Am I going to have to, like, reinstall my airlocks or whatever? Ship maintenance, that's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, they have ways to upgrade your ship to where you can be like, all right, like, it's going to take me 2 hours to get to this thing, but if I upgrade my ship, going to cut it down to an hour. Like, you upgrade to where you can get light speed and do, a lot of those things are unknown, but that's exciting. I just don't want to be like in a game with exploration. You don't want to have like fast travel. At least I don't. I know other people are like, well, I want to get there and then see what's over there. But I want to see what's in. It's like, it's not like arriving at the destination. It's for me. It's getting there. It's like what am I seeing as I'm going, and.
I'm like the opposite, because like in most space exploration games, I'm just so bored, like the whole time, like, so granted, like they could add stuff like asteroids or like, every time I move to a new planet, I want to experience a problem, So if they don't have that, or if they don't make the interplanetary travel quick enough, because I want to explore the planet,
right?
I want to like find a planet that I like, and if it takes me like 10 hours to find a planet that's worth exploring to me, like, the game's no good.
See, I'm the complete... See, you're talking to someone who played Microsoft Space Simulator for hours growing up, and I would literally just coast through space, just looking at it and being like, when am I going to see Mars? Like, it was literally, you'd fly for like 6-7 hours to get to these places, and it was just great. But that's not for everyone. There's a reason why you don't have the EverQuest style travel. People want that instant gratification. They want to get there and then spend their time exploring these planets. Whereas, I'm the opposite. While like, yes, I'm very excited about planet exploration, I want to see what they do with space as well. But we'll see. We'll see. So as long as my guy can poop without getting out of the seat, I'll be happy.
You poop without getting out of the seat?
Yeah.
So what you need is like a plumber to attach tubes underneath your pilot seat to the waste tank.
You're gonna get to have like skills. Like, all right, you leveled up. What are you doing? I want to get +1
Absolutely. And that just goes to like having a crew. Like, so like initially you do little interplanetary like exploring ships. But then, like, you get together, and your guild in this game is a crewed ship.
Right.
Right? With a plumber who manages the poop.
Going overboard. You just hit a switch, you see it shooting out your window into space. It all starts crystallizing.
Little crystallized blocks of waste.
And all of a sudden, somebody randomly is flying by you. It just hits their windshield.
So about to hit an asteroid field. I don't think those are asteroids.
It's just someone's dookie. So that's No Man's Sky.
That's No Man's Sky. That's what we hope No Man's Sky is going to be.
Yeah, and we're very, very excited for it. I wish it wasn't just coming out on PS4. I wish we could get it on Xbox, but because
that's going to be an expense.
Brian doesn't have a PS4, but I will be picking it up in August, I believe, is when it comes out. So very exciting.
I have a PS4 through you.
That's true. I'll just let you.
Walk down the street.
I'll just let you borrow it indefinitely.
Yeah, there you go.
Sound good?
That works for me.
I'll just take one of your cats home with me. Equal trade.
Yeah, please take a cat.
Speaking of taking cats, our next game is Super Mario Maker. You don't see the correlation there between the two? And in case you
Speaking of cats,
and in case you weren't sure about who makes us, Super Mario Maker, it's done by Nintendo.
No, it's not. Come on, don't lie.
Yeah, no, it's done by Sega.
Listeners.
And this game is all about designing your own Mario stage, and it's great. We made one for our launch party for Geek Street Station a couple weeks ago, and I've done one for some charity events, and it's just great because you literally have the freedom to make whatever you want. I saw someone make a Tower of Terror level that's completely out of control, and you get to do, I think it's Mario 1, 3, and Super Mario World. No 2 yet.
That's
so.
The biggest disappointment is that there's no 2.
They need to make a Super Nintendo Maker to where it's just like you have Metroid, you got Mega Man,
Excitebike.
Excitebike. I mean, yes,
the original Mario Maker.
Excitebike. Excitebike did have a level creator, but
it did.
But you need to like make loops and stuff like that, which would be awesome.
Loops and ramps.
But the cool thing is that like Super Mario Maker gives you such freedom to literally do what they give you a blank palette. You can do underwater. You can do Bowser's Castle. You can do the underground for you know the original Mario.
Right.
It's so many different things that you can do in this game, and they give you little like cart pass to where you can have like carts going against it and tracks and fireballs and all the enemies in the games. And
I gotta say, the one that you made for the release, the launch party, was intense.
It was fun, wasn't it? It was super cool.
I was like, I know Matt's not gonna put a stage over lava for like a bunch of people who've never played this game to play.
Yes, I am, because we had a really cool
yeah,
prize
you are.
For it. So we had a retcon, a system that plays Super Nintendo and Nintendo games and some cartridges. So it was a decent prize. So I had to make it difficult.
That's right.
I learned from the first level that I made that I thought I made it hard. I thought we made it hard, but it was kind of easy. People got through it. My goal was to not have anybody get through it. But some people got close. But the thing is that like people were enjoying playing it. Playing it in front of a live audience, people were like, oh, when they got like super close. It was just a cool feeling that people were getting frustrated, but not enough. They were like, look, this is just stupid. It was not. They're like, okay, I see what I got to do.
The first couple of people standing close enough to me were like, this is freaking stupid. Whoever made this is a jerk.
I heard that,
and I was like, he's right over there. His name is Matt.
Get better, nerd. But it's
But it wasn't unbeatable.
It wasn't unbeatable because you have to be able to beat it to put it up, to upload it for people to play. So you can't just make like these unbelievably cheesy levels. It's like, look, like you literally can't beat this sport. So why'd you even make it? Like it is possible. So you just have to learn, and just adapt to, the more you play it, the better you get.
And I gotta say, that's the challenge for Mario games for me, because the more I play them, the more frustrated I get. So the less I play them.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I've just the ability to play a level designed by not Nintendo and to like not have to engage in like the little maze that they set up for you is great to me. I like that I could be playing your stage or the stage that I made, or the stage that Cheryl makes, and like this is what Mario is to these people.
Yeah,
and that's cool. I like that.
The thing is, a lot of people say that I read is like, like. You make these boards like you're just, you're so good you can't. I was like, the reason why I'm good at this board is because I made it. I played this board literally 50 times. You have me play somebody else's board that's just as hard. I'm gonna die just as much time because I don't know. I know what's coming up where. That's how I was able to beat it. So it's just through playing it and remembering where the different patterns are. You'll get through it. So, but it's there's hundreds and thousands of stages out there to play.
Can I just say I use the same mentality to get through episodes of The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Like, if I'm worried that someone's going to die, I'll just read the spoilers ahead of time so that when I watch it happen, I won't cry as much.
Yeah. I can't. I like to cry on command when I watch these things.
Matt, start crying.
When season 7 premieres
and Carol dies.
No, she won't. but when
did I say Carol? I meant Daryl.
Okay, Daryl. Well, and when anybody does, it's going to be. It's hard. You get attached to these characters, but that to me that's just good writing. I don't know how we got on Walking Dead.
I want to stay there for just a second because I'm going to say this. This is the first time that I can remember where someone's dead and we don't know who it is.
Yeah,
like
they've literally put endings. They filmed endings for everybody that was there. So the cast members do not know who's going.
Oh no!
So they're literally leaving it to the last minute. So there's no like. It's just it's gonna be amazing.
And at this point, I want to say that the creators of the Walking Dead TV show hate us.
Yes, they do.
They hate their fans
so
much.
They do. But that's why we love them.
Oh my god!
So if you haven't played Mario Maker, I highly recommend checking it out because. You start out with the basic kit, but the more you add to a level, the changes that you make to it, you unlock additional things.
Yeah.
You can change the Mario skin to a Mega Man skin, and
can you really?
Yeah, you can do different things like that, and add the different power ups, and you can change the color, and you can add like these sound, and even you can actually record your own voice. Like I was hoping somebody was going to win, because at the end I was like, thanks for playing our Mario Maker. Be sure to check out geekstreetstation.com. So and it was
nobody won.
Nobody beat it. So but it was a lot of fun.
So this being Nintendo, do you think there's going to be DLC for it, like a Mario 2 pack?
I would hope so. The game is unbelievably popular. Just like the NES remix that they did. These like I said previously, anytime you give fans creative control over something, it's going to be popular.
Yeah.
People,
I really agree with that.
Everybody, every gamer would love to design their own games. Not everybody has the mental ability to learn 5 different coding languages, to draw, to be able to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this gives you the freedom to design what you want, play with it, and craft your own level, and share it with people, and get feedback, and get voted on. I mean, and it just gives you that sense of like, wow, I created this, people love it. And it's just, I can't memorize code, I can't draw, I can't do music, I can't do anything but poop in a bucket. So like, so
what?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it gives you that creative freedom and that sense of accomplishment by making something for Nintendo and letting people play. I just think that's wonderful.
That is really cool, and it's coming from a big name too. It's not like No Man's Sky, Hello Games. Like I've never even heard of them before. Super cool what they're doing, but like for a company like Nintendo to do this, for like a company like Capcom to do it, you know. I mean, that's crazy, because they have so much control over their copyright, basically.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Their trademarks, I guess.
Anytime a game adds mods or stuff like this, it just you can just the longevity of the game will stay around, because I mean, they have to add new stuff. There's a lot of Mario games. I mean, Mario Galaxy. Imagine being able to make Mario Sunshine.
That'd be crazy.
Granted, these are more 3D games, and the ones we're doing now are only side scrollers.
Right.
But I mean, the possibility is there. At least give us the skins to have us do that in a side scroll if they don't want to make it in like the 3D aspect.
Somebody should recreate Mario as Missing. You remember that game?
Yes, I do. They should.
Got to play as Luigi.
Well, and I actually have a Luigi doll right here that I'm looking at that Brian gave me today.
That's right.
My Luigi, I'm going to fly through the air and get the pizza.
Happy next 10 birthdays, by the way.
Nice. See that? He's dipped in gold, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
He's dipped in gold.
So let's move on to our number one, which is a big number one.
It is a big number one.
Everyone who's anyone knows this game. And that game is Minecraft.
Oh, I was going to guess.
Oh. But guess who Minecraft is made by? It's not you.
Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin, that is correct. Baldwin. He started a company called Mojang.
I knew it. Yeah. I was rolling around in there somewhere.
So when you think of like the freedom to do whatever you want, you think of Minecraft.
I think so.
I mean, you literally are given an empty palette, and you can go and do anything that you want to do.
Because pretty much all the games that we just talked about, you can use Minecraft to play.
Yeah.
Like, they have a mod that me and my buddy Eric are super fond of. It's called the Galacticraft. It's not anything that Mojang put together, but it lets you travel through space. And
nice.
Granted, it's our solar system, so you go to like Mars and boring places like Venus. And
the thing is, though, is like the thing that all the other games have that this one doesn't is a limitation. Minecraft does not. You can build like infinitely.
Yeah.
Like Mario Maker, there is an end. The board does end where you literally can't build out any farther until you get a pipe and go down, and it starts a new level. Obviously, City Heroes, there are limitations to the levels. There are boundaries, stuff like that. And Fallout 4. But Minecraft. So I saw somebody build a train, and literally was like, I think he was going for like 14 days straight, and it did not end. Like it was amazing the size of this.
Yeah.
And it's just very exciting. I mean, you dig down, you enter like the Earth's core, there's lava and all kinds of stuff, and you can just build up way up into the sky in the clouds. Yeah. And it's just the stuff I've seen people do in this game is just absolutely amazing.
I just like building houses.
Yeah. But I mean, there's something in it for everyone, and like you said, all the mods how important it is to give people control over
Yeah.
something. They could just, Minecraft just started out. It's like, we're going to start out to where, you build stuff and just have fun. But now it's turned into this empire to where you literally, there is so much you can do in this game.
There's so much. And, the mods add everything. I mean, you could have a factory that just, makes cows, harvests milk from cows, kills the cows, harvests the leather from the cows.
As long as the milk is from Jersey.
And then just makes more cows. I mean, it's Jersey cows. The finest Jersey cows.
That's right. Promised Land area.
I mean, it's just crazy to me that you can set that up. And,
Yeah.
And I've heard of it being used as a learning tool, as a corporate, team building exercise.
Yeah. There's
insane.
a lot. I mean, when this game first came out, I'm sure they didn't think of the impact that it would have. I mean,
I don't think he did. Yeah.
No,
He sold the company
right
to Microsoft because of that. Because he's like, this is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make a little game where you take apart Sweden and build it into a castle.
Yeah. And that guy does not have to work another day in his entire life.
But he does. So props to him.
Oh, he does?
Notch? Yeah, he's doing stuff.
No.
He's doing stuff. He's
I
just not doing Minecraft stuff.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. I would just.
I would literally build
Netflix.
a boat out of Minecraft blocks, and I would just float around the world.
But just the mods are crazy.
They are.
Typical Minecraft has carrots, potatoes, and wheat.
Yeah.
There's a mod that adds every vegetable and fruit that there is.
That's cool.
And you can cook with all of them. You can make gourmet dishes for your Minecraft.
And it's cool because we were talking about this earlier. Is that it's not like you're just like, okay, I'm going to build a house and click, I'm done. Like you have wood. Okay, I need to make charcoal. I need to do other. So you need to you have to use your brain about what do I need to combine together to make this, to make weapons, axes, to chop stuff down.
Right.
And it's just there are so many things that you have to do and that you can build that it's a simple game to get into, but it is deeply complex.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's I don't have as much experience with Brian. He made a server, and we were playing on it, and it was just I was amazed, really, how addicting this game is.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person that wouldn't want to go and mine for stuff. I just want to build, just have infinite amount of blocks and just build.
Yeah.
And when I was able to do that, I was like, oh my God, I don't want to stop. This is I'm seeing what my vision is coming to life, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I mentioned to him about setting up a server just for this project. Let's invite everyone in. We can
We'll see.
We can create Matt's face spewing snot out of his mouth or something.
Matt's face propelling poop, frozen poop into space. Bap.
Yeah.
Bap.
Remember
Bap.
me. Yes.
Terrible imagery.
So if you had to, I know you've played a lot of mods in Minecraft.
Sure.
If you had to pick a mod that was your favorite, you only pick one mod to use for the rest of your Minecraft gaming career. Is there a specific mod that stands out for you?
Man, this podcast is about freedom.
Oh, that's true.
But
don't take that away from me.
If you want to talk about limitations, I'm really fond of forestry. It's an older mod. It adds a lot of farming utility. It adds bees, which I'm obsessed with the concept of bees,
right?
So seeing them as an asset in a game is just great to me.
That's cool.
I could literally fill a giant vat full of bee DNA and honey.
Nice.
So,
interesting.
There's one that me and my buddy use a lot now too, which is Archimedes Shipbuilder. You can build an airship.
Nice.
You can build an airship just gigantic, and it will actually fly through the world.
That's
It's
cool.
just awesome to me. Yeah, and
does every mod have stuff to kill, like zombies and stuff, or is that only certain ones?
well, some mods add their own monsters. There's one that adds bosses to the game, so you actually have to download a little program that it animates characters in a different way than what Minecraft would do, just to have these bosses in the game, but giant supersized zombies and skeletons and stuff like that.
That's cool.
I mean, there's a game that adds just animals to the game, so you can have otters and alligators and foxes and stuff running around, and they each drop their own, thing to be used to craft. So
That's cool.
What modders have done with this is just it's amazing. It's really, really cool.
I do want to revisit it. I checked it out briefly on the Xbox, but it's much more enjoyable on a computer on a PC.
This is a PC game
with a mouse and keyboard.
This
it's
is a
very
PC
hard
game
to do what I
for
wanted
sure.
on a controller. So,
Yeah.
But it's great that they have that, and I read that they're going to make PC, Xbox, phone like to where everybody can play together and not
server.
separate. So that's really cool that they're going to allow a way to get together like that.
That is pretty cool.
There won't be any like PC only, like there are limitations. Everybody can get together and play patty cake together and run a campfire. So that's going to be great.
Play patty cake.
It's going to be great. I think that's a good number one.
I mean, for this bracket, it's
Yeah.
the only number one there could be. I mean, this is total freedom.
Yeah. So I want people to tell us if we missed something.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that we did because we're that good, right? No, I'm sure there are tons. There are tons of these games, and it's as we've said multiple times, it's hard to pick a top 5. But to us, these are the ones that really stand out when you think of a game that gives you freedom to really do what you want. So yeah, write us in. I mean, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter at Cash Revive, email at cashrevive@gmail.com, and YouTube, which. I always say check out.
We'll get some content.
Yeah,
up
we
there
will get.
eventually.
We have our season 1 stuff up. I keep saying that, but
Matt's in the middle of a move.
I'm in the middle of a move. Yes,
I'm me. So
he's modest. He is Brian.
I am
he
me.
Is.
But we'll get to it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I am in the middle of a move, and I'll be in there beginning of August. So once I'm in there, we'll have more time to really set up. And like I said, I would want to do some live streaming stuff and really get some more fan or interaction going on. So that'll be up in the coming month or two, and
More like 4 after Christmas.
after Christmas. Well, we'll see like 2019 around there.
We're making no promises
Yeah.
except that maybe someday there will be YouTube content on our YouTube page.
I really want to do stuff that is actually good quality, not just like me sitting around like trimming my toenails, while listening to gaming music.
Oh.
That's Brian's personal hell right there.
I don't like using the word trigger, but feet trigger me.
So as I said, this month is all about freedom. So next week we're going to do games that fight for freedom.
Where you fight in the game for
where
freedom.
you fight in the game for freedom.
The game's not doing anything to fight.
Possibly first-person shooters, military shooters, stuff like that. So what I want you to do is come up with a list of your top 5 and send it in to us. I'm interested to see what you choose, and then we'll talk about some of it on next week's episode in comparison to what we chose.
And then we don't have to do any work.
Exactly. So be like, you know what? This is a good list. I'm using it.
We're
Done.
just going to throw ours out?
But I'm interested to see if people will have a similar list to ours. Because there's a lot
that's
of
always fun.
There's a lot of diversity in gaming, and we just that's what makes it so great. So go ahead and send it in to us on any of the social media that we provided, and check us out on GeekStreetStation.com because that's our local hub where we share space with For Geek's Sake and Thirsty Gamers.
Those other guys.
Those other guys.
Who do,
They do great stuff.
I just listened to, I think now, every episode of For Geek's Sake.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
They cover everything in the geek community: movies, comics. They touch on games, board games, tech news, like literally anything in the geek culture. And then Thirsty Gamers focuses on board games. These guys are like legit. If you want to know about an upcoming board game or just hear a review, I mean, those guys are it. So definitely check them out. And we're all at GeekStreetStation.com. So anything you want to say before we, cheese and rice it on out of here?
I really need to straighten my hair because it's bothering me.
Your hair is gorgeous. And we will see if he fixes that next week. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.